Yeah, I didn't, when I was saying the contract's revenue neutral, I didn't include the value of getting an extra day of work under the administration's control, because no one's writing you a check for it. It's not a real cash savings. But we did get it, and what does it cost? Basically about $16,000 a year is what it would cost us to buy an extra day of work. So over the life of the contract, if you wanted to net that out, it would be another $48,000 of savings. Again, when you're talking about real cash you're writing checks for, no one's giving you that money. But yes, it's something of value. It probably would cost you that much to get it, and you probably would lose it in arbitration. You know, not a cash change, but it would be good.
You've been ignoring this side of the room, and all the commenters on this side are what? I just saw hands go up in the back. Melissa.
Melissa Welch, 35 Latham Road. And I first want to say it's great to see so many people out at the town meeting. Last year I sat through hours upon hours of capital improvement, plan meetings, Board of Selection meetings, Board of Finance meetings, and we would have been lucky if we had maybe 2% of the people that are in this room tonight. So thank you to everyone for coming out. It's so important to get involved locally. Also like to thank Mark, Christina, Dave, our superintendent, and our Board of Finance, Ken, for looking at these issues and all the hours that you guys spend on these various issues. That being said, having sat through all those hours of meetings for the coming budget cycle, at that point it was made clear the appropriate time to address the K-8 budget would be when the teacher contracts came up for renewal this summer. That we couldn't touch those dollars that were allotted to K-8 over the last budget cycle, because the appropriate time was to do it now when this contract came up. So that is why I'm one of the people that went out and petitioned, because I was disappointed when the first year would come in at a zero or the second year. And the other thing that I've learned is the money for K-8, correct me if I'm wrong, Ken, 75 to 80% of that money is for benefits and salaries. So the kids aren't even getting 25, they're only getting 25 to 20% of that money. And so I just think that in these times, we should be saving our money for the children, not for the teachers' benefits and salaries. And I also think it would be great if everybody in this room would go to meetings and see how we're spending our money and how we arrive at these numbers.
I'm up Ryan Brown, Blair Road, been a resident of Willington for 37 years, with 2 kids through this school system. They both did great. But teachers were still here, and we're here with my children in school. Thank you. Okay, next point. And this has already been made. 80% of the budget goes to the teacher salaries, teacher benefits. It's that way in every town. Those are your expenses. You know, books only cost so much. The people who spend 7 hours a day FaceTime with our children are the people we're talking about here. Okay, we're not talking about some faceless bureaucrat. These are the people who work face-to-face with our children. Now, I don't have any children in school anymore. Okay, but I think there's some people here who do. And these are the people that we're talking about, the people who are educating our children. I've heard an awful lot of talk about money today, and that's not what the talk should be. The talk should be on the teachers. Now, I heard you say most of our teachers today are at the top step of the salary schedule. I'm a baby boomer. I'm going to retire soon. But so are a lot of those teachers. And they're going to have to be replaced. And you're not going to get good new teachers with the lowest salaries in the area. You're going to get what's left over, what nobody else wants. The people who can't get a job someplace else are going to say, go to Willington, they'll hire you. It's happened before. It happened in Scotland a number of years ago when they had lower salary and they couldn't keep their teachers. They hired teachers and immediately quit as soon as they could get a job someplace else. That's what happens. These are the people who spend 7 hours a day FaceTime with our children. Do we want the people who can't get a job anyplace else? Is that all our kids are worth? Last point. I'm sitting here and I'm listening to an awful lot of money being spent for no reason at all tonight. okay, the referendum we're going to have is not free. That's money we are going to spend. And our children get nothing out of that. Not one thing. If we go to arbitration, that's money that is spent. Our children get nothing out of that. Not one thing. But you're stupid when you spend money to get less. You're stupid when you say, I want to spend this money so that I can have less. This is like going to the supermarket and say, here's $20, take some stuff back out of my grocery bag. You know, the people who negotiated this contract are our elected representatives. If we don't have faith in our elected representatives, then we should elect somebody else. But there's no way. There is no way we are going to save money with this referendum. In fact, the referendum makes me angry. Because they spent that money. We could have come here and 100% of the people could have voted for this contract. We're going to spend that money anyway. So we are throwing money away. This is penny wise, this is pound foolish. Thank you. Yes.